WDAS 105.3. I'm Amy Brown. Let's take the steps to get healthy. It's our weekly showcase, The Wellness of You, featuring Faatimah Gamble. Hi, Faatimah.
Hi, Mimi.
We're going to talk about stress relief. As we talked earlier, I hate to even say the word stress. I always feel stressed when I just say it. But, stress can cause many problems in the body. And also, what are some of the signals that we can recognize ourselves if we are under stress?
Well, first of all, stress is a breeding ground for illness, and it is an unavoidable part of life.
Yes.
I mean, we all go through it. I don't care who you are, where you are, when you were born, how old you are. You will experience some form of stress throughout your life, and it doesn't mean one time you're going to experience stress.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean twice you're going to experience it. You're going to experience it throughout your life.
Wow.
So, you must enjoy the good times when they do come, because when the stress comes, you want to, get ready, because here it comes.
But as you said, it's a breeding ground for illness.
Sure.
So if we allow the stress to continue, it will result in some form of illness.
It definitely will. And some of the signs will be, fatigue, irritability, insomnia, loss of appetite, and oftentimes you're not aware that high blood pressure is can also be a sign of a stress. Low sex drive can also be a sign of stress. But it's a feeling.
Yeah.
You know when you're stressed out. You know when you're stressed out. Your body's racing, your mind is racing, and you feel disjointed. So there are things that you must do in order to alleviate.
So, Faatimah, we have to recognize if we feel a little bit out of sorts and it's not such what we call the best day, and we might be under stress, to recognize those are some signals.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Okay, now, is there any way that we can do, or anything that we can do, like on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, to kind of relieve us of stress? Some people might say, okay, exercise or whatever. We're under a stress. What can we do?
Okay, you're right. Some people will say exercise, and I would say exercise.
Yes.
People say yoga. I would recommend that as well. And deep breathing is what you do at the beginning of your show.
Yeah, and I only do it for a few times, but I tell them if you feel a little bit overwhelmed or anxious, to do it throughout the day. Because I know that I have done it, had to pull the car over and said, just let me take a moment and breathe. And then things seem to organize themselves a little bit better in the brain.
They do. But then also you have to remember that that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
The exercise, when you are in a stressful situation, sometimes you don't want to exercise. You want to crawl into bed, and put the covers over your head,
that could lead to depression.
That could lead to depression, exactly. But you're out of sorts. You're not in control at this point. But the thing you want to do is talk to yourself.
Yes.
Talk to others.
Yes.
And continue that deep breathing exercise.
Yes.
But you also want to get some kind of intervention such as chamomile tea.
That's nice.
Valerian root tea. There is something that I keep with me at all times called stress mints.
Yes.
And I pop them in my mouth when I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, and it does calm me down. That's the intervention that I'm speaking of. I'm not suggesting that one go out and get any psychotropic medication.
And that's what I'm talking about. We always have a tendency to go to medications. Medication kind of camouflage actually the problem. But if medication is needed, I'm not telling anybody not to be on medication, or certainly not to stop it if you're already on it. But let's add some things, like you say, the chamomile, the stress mints, the deep breathing, to talk to someone, talk to
yourself, and talk to yourself.
Talk to yourself
until you talk yourself down.
So in other words, you're not crazy when you're talking to yourself.
No, absolutely not. No, you're trying to get balance. In fact, some time ago, I was in a very, very stressful situation, and I resorted to exercise.
Yeah.
And I became obsessed.
Yes.
20 minutes of aerobics, first thing in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was for 4 miles of jogging.
Yeah.
And at 6 in the evening, it was an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours of weight training.
Yes.
This was every day, and
I've been there.
it does work. I'll tell you.
I've been there.
It does work.
Yeah.
And in addition to talking to myself, I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm okay. No, it's really not me. I'm going to be all right through this.
Yes.
And you will. You will. And it is constant reaffirmation that you are okay and that you are going to be all right and that this too will pass. And in addition to the exercises and the deep breathing, prayer is very important.
I was going to ask you that in reaching that inner peace when you're at a stressful situation, whether you're at home, whether you're at work, there's an inner peace that you want to reach that is always there. And prayer, meditation, are those ways that we can even do it. If we're at an office, where do we go pray? Can we go in the bathroom and pray? Does it be quiet? Is it a moment that we take out to be quiet, to reach that inner peace, to relieve stress?
Go in the bathroom. You can, if your car is nearby, you can go to your automobile.
Yes.
Or even at your desk. Just close your eyes for a few minutes. And also, well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that feels good.
Yeah.
That feels good just talking about it. Don't you feel better? I know you do, each and every week.
And then also, it's how you speak.
Yeah.
Because if you're stressful and you're like wild and crazy and you're up here, talking up there, if you just calm yourself down, you can bring yourself down. And you can also something that I've done and I've done over the years is put myself through self-hypnosis.
We really have to talk about that, Faatimah Gamble.
We'll talk about that one in another segment.
Next segment. Wow,
sure.
Amazing. The Wellness of You with Faatimah Gamble. I'm Mimi Brown on WDAS 105.3.